Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon. I'm Dex, and this is a special occasion. These only happen maybe once or twice a year. This unboxing. Whip makers are making whips. It's a handcrafted art, and even a master whip maker can only make so many whips in a year. So every year I put an order in with Peter Jack. Peter is my whip maker. I'm a whip collector, a whip enthusiast, and I've collected over 100 single tails in my life. And I've ordered whips from most of, not all, but most of the active and even some of the past in the last couple decades whip makers. I keep coming back to Peter's whips because he's made me close to 30 whips over the last 2.5 decades. And they always roll out nice. They're always accurate. They have great flow. And for my style of dungeon throwing, I end up going back. I throw everybody's whips, but I end up going back to Peter's whips. So I have a good relationship with Peter. So as with any unboxing, the excitement never ends around here. Today we're going to be using a Case Sodbuster Jr. knife to open this package that came from New Zealand. This is Peter's 47th year of plaiting. So these whips should be my number 47. I ordered a match set of Target Bullwhips from him. And since plaiting year 44, he's plaited the plaiting year number into the handle. So there should be a 47 on these whips. Excuse me, I'm just getting over some pneumonia and it's hanging on. This package was supposed to arrive for my birthday, late August, and it sat in customs in Auckland until the 30th or 31st of August. And then they finally released it. I don't know exactly what the issue was. Maybe they're still in COVID protocols over there. New Zealand had some pretty conservative COVID protocols during the pandemic. So I want to open this box and not cut any roux. That would be a disaster. So it's mid-September. I came down with this pneumonia and I just didn't feel like doing the unboxing. So these whips kind of sat in this box for a month, which is more than what I would like them to be in a box. It just means I'm gonna probably have to give them a little extra love and care and breaking them in. So let's see what Peter's got for us. Drum roll. Here we go. So they're wrapped in bubble wrap. There's 2 whips and there's a 3rd whip. And there are 2 falls. So we have a lot going on in this box. So without further ado, let's get to it. I have an experiment I'm going to be doing with these 2. I asked him to cut me 2 slimline petite 12-inch falls, matched set of falls. So in a future video, I'm going to show you the experiment we're going to do with these falls. He cut me these falls at no charge because he said I was going to do an experiment, and he was all supportive. I'm going to have to do some editing. Edit the coughing out. You don't need to hear the coughing. Okay, so this other whip, if you remember back a few months ago, I got a whip from Smoky Mountain Whips made by Blake Gorey. Excellent whip. Beautiful whip. loved it, started throwing it, and I realized as I threw it in rhythm to a song, by the end of the song, my wrist was tired and my forearm was almost cramping. And I was like, this is just a little natural belly whip. It shouldn't be doing that. So I checked the balance on it, and the balance on the whip was out, about 2 inches, 2.5 inches past the pineapple knot. And I talked to Peter about it, and Jack said, well, the balance point is what's causing the tiredness in your forearm and your wrist. You're having to work too hard to get the whip to roll out. And he said, we could tune it. So what do we do when we tune a bullwhip to adjust the balance point? Well, what Peter did is he took I mailed this to him all the way from the US to New Zealand to tune it. He took the Turk's head apart, burnished the end of the handle, and put a 2-ounce lead counterweight and retied the Turk's head. So that 2-ounce lead counterweight shifted the balance point back toward the pineapple knot. So the balance point should be right there, right where it is, right at the pineapple knot, not 2.5 inches down the thong. So by adding that counterweight, he has balanced and tuned this whip, and he retied the Turk's head with the same roost strands that Blake Gorey had cut. So I still consider it a Blake Gorey whip. It's just been tuned by Peter Jack, my whip maker, at my request, because I love the whip and I want to be able to throw it in the dungeon. And at least for me at my age as a senior whip thrower, with that balance point that far off, I wasn't going to be able to throw it in the dungeon. And this is actually a whip I want to keep and cherish and throw, and not just turn around and sell to somebody else. So I was willing to invest the time and the effort to send it back to Peter to have it tuned. So you can tune a bullwhip. Who would have thought? But only a master whip maker would do that. Then the other thing he noted, and it's not a big deal, it may be a signature kind of thing. Blake Gorey tied his fall hitch upside down, which kind of gives it a unique look. And maybe he's doing that as a signature for Smoky Mountain whips. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with tying it that way. But Peter said, yeah, it's a perfectly good fall hitch, but it's tied upside down. All right. So that's this whip coming back to me. I'm going to be breaking it in. I'll throw it, give you some feedback on how tuning that whip made that whip better. And so now we have a match set of Target bullwhips by Peter Jack. I asked Peter to do these in white and black rue. And I'm going to try to come up close. You can see he alternated the colors on the handle, which a lot of whip makers do when they make a match set. I joke and say it so you can know which one's supposed to go in your left hand and which one goes in your right hand. But you can see he plaited the number 47 into the handle. See, 20 or 24 plait. And then this one, he alternated the colors. And so this one has a white 47. So very nice work. I'm going to just check and see what the rollout looks like. And of course, I'll be changing the cracker forthwith. These have been in a box for over a month, so they're going to need some time. They kind of are shaped like the box. Rolls out straight. Needs some conditioner and some love, which I'm going to give it. I can't tell any difference other than by looking at them. They're plaited. The handle pattern is plaited opposite, so you get a different effect with the black and white. I wanted to see what black and white would look like under black light in a dungeon, because a lot of dungeons we play in have black light. Really nice work. I'm excited to break these in. This, as you know, is the continuing saga of my 2-whip journey. I've been a single whip thrower, throwing with my dominant hand, for 24 years. And in my 24 years of throwing, I decided I was going to learn two-handed work. So obviously with two-handed work in my approach, I need a matched set of floggers, a matched set of cat o' nines, a matched set of dragon tails, a matched set of signal whips, a matched set of snake whips, and a matched set of bull whips. So I had a matched set of bull whips from Peter that I had acquired from a friend in upstate New York, and they had 6-inch handles, and I prefer a 9-inch handle. So I passed those on to a friend that I met at Southeast Leatherfest, and she's enjoying throwing them, and I knew I had these 9-inch ones coming for year 47 and for my birthday. So it didn't make sense to me to have a pair of 6-inch handled bull whips that I wouldn't be throwing when I knew the 9-inch ones were going to come in and I could break these in, and these would be my matched set of target bull whips. I will probably, for either year 48 or 49, order a matched set of Latigo Idago bull whips from Peter, because I really like his Latigo Idago build. I prefer his build that has a 2-ounce heel counterweight as opposed to the 3-ounce heel counterweight, just because it's lighter on my hand and my wrist, and being an aging Leatherman, lighter for me is better. Younger fellow that goes to the gym and works out actually might prefer the 3-ounce. So as always, another unboxing. It'll be another year before we get anything from Peter Jack. So enjoy this video. If you like the content of this channel, please subscribe, like, leave an appropriate comment, and ring the bell. As always, thanks for watching Whips in the Dungeon.